Sorry.
That was beautiful. Okay, so today we are going to talk about some disturbed minds.
Yeah.
The crazy shit the actual diagnosed crazy people do.
Yeah, some of the dark and evil things that they are capable of when their mind is disturbed enough. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
Let's fuck it up.
Let's go. Jello, I'm Ash.
And I'm Lynn.
And this is Only If You Can Keep Up.
Sorry, I don't know where that came from. Talk about disturbed. I'm all over the place today.
Okay, listen, you are not disturbed like what we're about
you
to
can
talk
be
about.
disturbed but these are the dark disturbed guys. Like
like serial killers is what we're going for here. Like the brains, not like maybe a little bit of what they did, but not necessarily more of their diagnoses and like go into it
the difference
just a little
between
bit.
what this disorder may do and what this one may do.
Right. First, we want to say that we're going to talk about psychopaths and sociopaths.
Yeah.
We are not talking about you. We are not talking about if you or someone you know was diagnosed with this. We are talking about actual fucking serial killers who have been known to murder people.
Right.
You might have this and it's probably under control. You go to therapy, you take medication.
Right. There are plenty of people diagnosed with heavy mental disorders that can still function and, manage their issues okay.
I think it's more managing their issues because serial killers could function.
Yeah.
They just didn't manage their issues.
True.
They acted on the impulses and did the bad things, which we're not. We're solely talking about serial killers. Do not think we're talking about you in any way, shape, or form, please.
Right.
Because we are not. Okay. Do you want to start? If not, I will.
Go ahead. I'll just feed off you.
Okay. See, I can't even start. Okay, antisocial personality disorder, ASPD.
That's where like the sociopath and psychopath actually go.
Yes,
they come from that diagnosis.
It's the umbrella term for both sociopath and psychopath.
Yeah,
a sociopath and a psychopath are actually pretty fucking similar.
Very
similar. They do have differences, obviously, but they are very, very, very similar. Yeah. Psychopaths are born.
Yeah.
Sociopaths are made. So a psychopath, you were literally birthed onto this earth with a genetic condition that makes you think the dark and evil twisty things. Like very, 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 very young. Yeah. Like very.
And then I know environment can impact it after. Like if you're born with those genetics, like of course your environment can make it worse or better, but
okay.
Whereas sociopath usually is more environment, right?
Sociopath is almost 100% environment.
A lot of like maybe neglect or abuse, something that's caused it to. A lot of PTSD,
Yes. Now you can be born a psychopath, and if you get the love and help you need, you're not going to go murder people.
Right.
But if you don't, if you grow up in a shitty situation, you're going to be shitty. Like it's so yes, it can be environmental, but everything I've read and everything I pretty much know, you almost always are born or raised. Yeah. It's the two
And
differences.
I know like there's a difference between like psychopathy and psychosis. Like anyone can have bouts of psychosis. I mean, from meds you're on, drug substance abuse, illness, like infections, head injuries, anything can cause psychosis. Just a bad UTI can cause a bout of psychosis. So a perfectly mentally stable person can have a bout of psychosis, but to be someone who truly has psychopathy, someone who is truly like psychotic in their mind, that's a different thing. Like, and that comes with the antisocial personality disorder, right? Like that's where that comes. Yeah,
it's an umbrella.
Yeah,
like that's just...
and it can come with other disorders, like but that's the main.
We're talking about the big bad.
Like when you look up serial killers, most of them have or are said to have had antisocial personality disorder or borderline personality disorder. Yes. Those are the two main.
Some of them have schizophrenia. Some of them have. There's honestly a lot, and a lot of serial killers actually. There is a percentage, and I read it and I didn't fucking write it down. Imagine that. They've had head trauma.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I fully believe that.
Is a big part
so
of
I
it.
personally know they haven't been diagnosed, but I mean, they're textbook sociopathic, and very much, I would say, antisocial personality disorder. I'm not a therapist, but if I can guarantee if they've had a lot of head trauma, which led to, drug problems, substance abuse problems, and then the mental illness stuff just got worse and worse and worse. And, you know, completely changed. Like, they had those tendencies.
Right.
And then things in the head just got way too jumbled up. And things, I'm not saying this person's not
a serial killer.
Not a serial killer,
okay.
but very toxic and vile.
Right.
And that, you know, brings a lot of darkness and pain to everybody, but not a serial killer. Criminal, well, but not a, you know. But the point is, head injury, I swear, can set off so much.
Yeah.
Like, so much.
Right. Okay, let's start with sociopaths, which, okay, we're not supposed to call them sociopaths. They have the antisocial personality disorder / sociopath.
And everyone can have sociopathic or narcissistic tendencies. We all have those moments. But
definitely.
We're talking about people who...
We're talking about serial killers here. So if you're murdering somebody, fuck you. Right. And we're going to go ahead and talk shit about you. If you're not killing people, just enjoy the ride.
Yeah,
because we're not talking about
people who have lost their moral compass, who, you know... Not only lack empathy, but...
Not talking about... If you're not a murderer, we're golden. Okay, let's go. Sociopaths. I lost my place already and we haven't even started. They do harmful things towards others. They know they're doing bad, but they don't fucking care. Yeah. They don't care. They choose to do...
They can feel empathy, but they usually don't. Like, most of the time,
I think they can feel empathy more than a psychopath can. A sociopath has a little bit more of a feeling about it.
I feel like it's less severe in most cases.
Exactly.
But the thing is, with sociopaths, they aren't as controlled, right? They're more impulsive and they're more prone to get, you know, in trouble with the law, get caught, fuck up, blow their cover kind of thing.
They almost always blow their cover fast.
Because they're so reckless.
Exactly. Because they, like... And they use people. Like, they will get to people. They will figure out that person's weakness as fast as they can.
They're smart. They're always smart.
They're cunning. They're not as cunning as psychopaths.
I can say I've probably met at least 2 or 3 people that I'd say definitely are.
They will get...
They are
but we're
so
not talking
smart,
about people
so
we know.
smart.
We're talking about serial killers,
right.
Remember?
But if you have that dark streak... And you're smart like that, and you're witty and quick, like that can get dark.
But then they get busted, and that's how you know them, is because they fuck up.
Yeah.
They always fuck up. Right. And you're like, fuck you, there's a problem.
Whereas a psychopath,
they don't fuck up.
They're also charming and cunning and charismatic, but they don't
fuck up.
They are calculated to a T.
A psychopath can stalk.
We're talking more like Ted Bundy, right? Because he's on the psychopathic tendencies, because they're more calculated. They're more like, they can really play there. Yes. I mean, I know he had fuck ups, but he was a lot more controlled than say Dahmer.
A psychopath can stalk. They have
patience too.
Exactly, that's my point.
Yeah, a sociopath does not have patience.
They can find that woman they want to kill, stalk that bitch for a year, and then finally make contact with her, have a year-long relationship with her, and then murder her when the time is right.
They've got the patience.
A sociopath, it would be done in a week.
Yeah.
Like, they have to do the thing immediately.
Which do you think is more dangerous?
I say psychopath.
Because they do have so much time to plot.
And they
can get away with it. They think every little detail out.
If you've seen absolutely any show about Ted Bundy, look how... I mean, obviously, it's not Ted Bundy in the show. Back then, he was a handsome man. Yeah. He was a good-looking guy. Yeah. He was a nice man.
He had those Rob Lowe looks. Yeah.
He plotted all of these things. He would act injured. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the woman, especially back then, let me help you, sir.
Knew exactly how to manipulate, how to act.
Exactly to the T.
And wasn't he the one that represented himself in court?
Yes. He also had a relationship with a woman for years, and they were going to get married. And that is the only thing I don't understand about Ted Bundy.
They can't. So from what I've read,
they can't love.
They can like form what's like love.
They can pretend to love. Yeah, is what it is. It's literally pretending.
That person
to love.
Will feel like they're loved, but they, it's not like a true deep.
Right.
But probably still using them for some sort of personal gain.
Always.
That person may not realize it.
It's always a personal gain, and honestly, I'm pretty sure she was his cover.
Yeah.
To me, like, everything I've watched, I don't know how true that is, obviously, but I'm a married, happy man. My girlfriend has a daughter. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and yes, he was mean to her. Yes, he
not necessarily an alibi, but like an alibi. I can live a normal life, and this person thinks I'm okay. Like
exactly. Yes, but Ted Bundy, back whenever he was arrested and all of this happened, they always undergo all the evaluations and everything. He was diagnosed as a psychopath. Yeah. 100%. Today, they've went back and like relived and relooked at everything. They now think he is a sociopath. He was. I'm sorry. He's gone. He was. He's now officially diagnosed as a sociopath.
Really?
With psychopathic tendencies.
And that's where the
say
lines
the word
get
tendencies.
Blurred. Yeah. That's where the lines get blurred for me because like they're so similar, and I guess you can be both.
Right.
But like to me, I've always just thought psychopaths controlled and patient and.
But he was more of a sociopath because of, I mean, there were so many different things lined up that pretty much told him he did have the hard childhood.
If he was a sociopath, then he may have actually had a little bit of feeling and empathy for his loved ones then, because I've seen they can.
Maybe that's how the girlfriend
they have a little bit.
Okay.
It's not as strong,
right.
but
right.
But yeah, they can be sincere at times. But
I think that was a big reason why they switched it to sociopath, which it doesn't really matter, I guess, because like he's like.
But overall, antisocial personality disorder, it's like you said, an umbrella term, right?
Yes, it's got both of them underneath it.
Yeah. So yeah, no matter what it was, what he did, it's not okay.
No, nothing is okay.
I shouldn't be laughing. I don't know why. I'm a nervous laugh, I guess, but
it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
The reason they said the psychopathic tendencies because he had a hard childhood, but at 3 years old, he was fascinated with knives. Like fascinated with knives.
Yeah.
He loved them so much, he would like hide them under, I think I read his aunt's pillow.
Oh, wow.
And then just wait for her to wake up.
Really young.
So happy at 3 years old. Happy because he's giving her a gift of knives. He's
I'm
excited.
so curious. I'd love to be a fly on the wall to see how they reacted in those situations,
right?
To see how they handled it.
Exactly. How did they handle it? Do they freak out, scream, and yell and throw a goddamn fit, which I almost guarantee you they fucking did. This is the 70s.
Or if you're like, cool, let's talk about this knife and what it can do.
And
would that make a difference, you think?
Oh, yeah. I think it would have. But, I mean, he is a psychopath, sociopath, so maybe not, but maybe it would shape him in a different way.
Yeah.
Maybe he wouldn't have killed women. Maybe he would have killed men.
Right. And we can say that about anything. Small little bumps over the years could have changed so many things, but maybe he still would have at some point ended up where he was. Who knows? But
and I think the calculated telling women, I need help me. I think that was psychopathic. Yeah. Like, definitely. Like,
I've seen some people tell some stories and really get you. Like, yeah. But usually within a day or two, they're snapping, losing their shit. Whereas he would keep it going. Yes. That's definitely a psychopath.
Yes. And then he would take him and kill him and murder him and all of the nasty shit he did. And then
no remorse. Just none. No remorse.
And then the next day or the next week or the next minute, go look for another one. Yeah. He's done.
Yeah.
Next.
Sorry, that noise is the garbage truck outside. I forgot to take my trash out, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's what that was. I just heard it dumping. Okay. So ignore that. On to the next. Spaced out now. I can't stop thinking about forgetting to take my trash out.
It's fine.
OCD at its finest here. And yes, I actually am diagnosed with OCD. I'm not just making fun of OCD. Anyway, on to the serious stuff. Dahmer, though, he was totally different. Like a totally different type of thing.
Let me flip my notebook over here. Borderline personality disorder is Dahmer. His entire diagnosis, and I'm going to say the S word wrong that we talked about earlier. He was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, I think it's
schizotypal, I'm pretty sure.
Schizotypal personality disorder and psychotic disorder.
Okay.
He was all three.
Psychotic disorder is also a big umbrella. There are a lot of psychotic disorders. Yes. So. But yeah, schizotypal personality is different from schizophrenia. I do know that. Like schizophrenia is a psychotic disorder, whereas schizotypal personality is a personality disorder.
Exactly. Yes. And I cannot say this word to save my life.
I hope I'm not saying it wrong. Schizotypal is how I say it.
Schizotypal personality. It's severe social anxiety, paranoid idealization, derealization, psychosis, and uncommon beliefs.
Yeah. I think they usually have like a lot of trouble regulating relationships and stuff. And they have like, that's with borderline personality too. I personally know someone that really struggles with that. And
borderline personality.
Yeah. Borderline personality. And they, relationships are almost impossible to manage because of the emotional dysregulation. So
right.
he had that. And then they both can bring severe social anxiety.
That was my phone underneath my microphone, so I am so sorry. I need to move that. Okay.
But yeah,
they both have social anxiety. Yeah.
Both of those things. Yeah, a lot of social anxiety. Their thoughts are disorganized. They have like bouts of paranoia.
Right.
And like derealization. But with the schizotypal, it's like they're always thinking abnormally. They express themselves differently. They speak differently.
So, like, if you don't know what Dahmer did, because I mean, go watch the Netflix show is amazing, but he killed and dismembered 17 men. He also wanted to make sex zombies by putting chemicals into their brains. Like, he would drill holes into their brains and pour chemicals into them, which there's what did you just say? The exact words, the thinking, like
disorganized thoughts.
Yes,
and
they
have like a distorted view of reality. Exactly. So things that like make sense to them aren't going to make sense to us.
Like, why? What would make you think, okay, I'm going to drill holes in this dead human to make myself a sex robot?
Right.
Like, or a sex zombie, I'm sorry.
The only thing I could think is, like, maybe they feel like they're in a movie and, like, it's all entertainment or, like, I don't know. But to be that, like, it's not really delusional because, like, schizophrenia, they have delusions and they have, hallucinations and things. Schizotypal people, they just kind of live in that distorted view of reality. Like,
so literally, they live like in Alice in Wonderland.
They just
live.
Yeah.
That's right.
I even read something about like, it wasn't the Mad Hatter though. It was
you say Willy
Wonka. They like is known to be like a schizotypal because they express themselves different. They speak in weird ways. They don't. Nothing quite makes sense. Of how they work and how they. But they they have odd behaviors and like. They perceive things completely different. So, like, it may not be dangerous in some situations. Someone that has that may not be a dangerous person.
Right.
But in Jeffrey Dahmer's case, he was.
He was fucking dangerous. What I don't understand, he's got all well, I guess I understand it, but he's got all these things going against him to be antisocial. Yeah, that motherfucker went to the bar and picked up men.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man, he went in 2 places, got the men.
Well, because he knew so what I've seen with people with borderline personality disorder... Right. They will do anything they can in the moment to get that love and admiration, to fill that hole, that like emptiness, that void. And then once they get what they want, they have what's called, now this is what I've been told and what I've read about. I tried to learn more because I personally know someone who has this, and it's called a split. So like when they're done with that person, or that person is, they're no longer useful to them, or they've caused some kind of emotional upset, then they're done. So he thought in his head, I'm done with this person now. I know what I'm going to do with them. So like, it doesn't matter what I say and do because I'm going to be done with them soon.
So on one hand, he was needing some kind of a contact with a human. Yeah. He needed to be physically touched by a human. And then in the next minute he split, and he knew the ending. He knew what he was going to do with this split.
Because I've seen people like, it's like almost like he can get what he needs. Like he can, because a lot of times with borderline too, they're like, they admire these people and they like almost like praise these people, and they can give them all the love and affection, but when they're done, when they split, they're just done, and they don't care at that point.
So we care. I've split. I don't fucking care. Now I'm killing you, and I feel great about it. Like there's no feeling about it.
And he may
honestly.
not even go in.
But some of the people he killed, he was super, super upset about.
Yeah.
He freaked out.
Yeah. And that's where, like, the psychosis coming... Like, maybe he had an impulsive reaction. I'm not trying to justify what Dahmer did by any means.
Every one of these people are horrible,
I love to think about how their
fascinating.
brains work. Exactly. And I'm thinking he probably really did want that love and affection. He probably did feel a connection. People with borderline feel strong. They get strong emotional attachments. Right. So he probably did. And he may not have even had that plan every time. He may not even thought, that's what I'm going to do with this person. But maybe they said the wrong thing. I
think at first he maybe didn't have that plan, and then he went for it, and then, this is fun. Yeah. Let's do it again and again and again.
Yeah. How long can I keep doing this?
Right, because he did it 17 times. So, right. Like, he knew what he was doing after the first time, I think, anyway. Yeah. Maybe even the second time, because he's probably so fucking out of it. Yeah. In his own little world. Like, he's getting everything he wants. He's getting the love and affection. Nope, not anymore. Now I'm going to murder and do all the things I do.
But in like thinking like, well, what do I do with this person now? I don't know how to keep behaving and keep them happy, and then so in his head maybe he's thinking, well, I'll just turn him into a zombie because that makes sense. I like zombies and zombies are cool. Like he probably didn't even. Oh yeah, that's right.
He wanted him to have sex.
So is that considered necrophilia? Because were they totally dead at that point, or were they like drugged to a? Okay.
He never made his sex zombie. It never worked.
Right, but I didn't know if he was like, if his goal was to have them dead or have them like half alive still. Just
no, dead. I'm pretty sure it was dead.
Because
dead. Because then he could control every aspect of everything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I need to learn more about my serial killers because it is really interesting.
I know a lot about serial killers, but they all jumble in my head because I know so fucking many of them. So like sometimes for some fucking reason I get Bundy and Dahmer mixed, and I don't know how. And
they're the only two I can remember because they're talked about more than any of the others.
Yeah, they're completely literal opposite humans.
Yeah.
One's
charismatic.
Wow, charismatic and handsome and good looking, and the other one's like
very strange and very awkward
monster.
And
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I get them mixed up every time. That's just my ADHD brain because it thinks so fucking fast. Yeah. Anyway,
because
where were we?
Bundy was women, but Dahmer was men, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and but
there's a lot more. I mean, other serial killers obviously have other things. I wrote down like it was 3 different mental illnesses that serial killers have.
And they usually do have a cluster of them. Like usually they have comorbidities. It's not just one thing.
Almost all.
Which most of us do. Any of us who have some type of diagnosis.
One triggers the next, triggers the next, triggers the next.
But when there are big ones like that.
Borderline personality disorder, Eileen Wuornos. I can never say it. Wuornos. Do you know her?
I don't know that one.
She's the woman in Florida. The movie Monster.
Okay.
With Charlene.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. It's her.
Oh,
that's
okay.
only, not her.
Yeah.
She killed the truck driver. She murdered truck drivers.
Okay.
Borderline personality disorder is what she was diagnosed with. Dahmer, borderline personality disorder. Kristen Gilbert, she was a nurse and she killed patients with giving them a lethal dose of medication. And she thought she was doing... borderline personality.
Like a euthanasia type of thing?
Yeah,
like,
kind
were
of,
they in a bad situation already? Or wait, they made a movie about that too, didn't they?
There's movies about all these.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember that.
Antisocial personality disorder, Bundy, John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah.
Okay, he's the clown killer.
Yeah.
And then Charles Manson.
See, I didn't think...
Antisocial personality disorder is
that
what
makes sense.
Diagnosed him with. But...
I didn't think he didn't actually kill them, though, right?
I have an unpopular opinion about Charles Manson. He's not a serial killer.
See, that's what I thought, too.
He's not a serial killer. He is a cult leader.
Right.
That's what I think he is. And he took the cult leader to extreme.
Yeah.
He made other people kill people for him. I think there is one possible human that he could have killed.
Yeah.
But it was never
That's what I've always thought from the things I've read and seen.
Everyone does put him in the pile of serial killers.
Yeah, because he was the ringleader, so...
He did horrible, terrible, no good, very bad things, but... I did that. I say that all the time to my kids. But, he did not physically put his hands on another human that we know of.
Yeah.
So, but still, he was antisocial
But being the brains of the operation can be just as bad sometimes. Not saying it's okay, but just that...
he was so
he's
fucking
in a different...
drugged up on... Was it Belladonna?
Oh. Belladonna. I thought that was toxic.
100%, yes.
Not just toxic, but
they smoked the shit out of that. Yeah. So he probably had more than...
again, just substance abuse in general can cause so many bouts of psychosis.
Right.
And,
Yeah, okay. And then schizophrenia, David Berkowitz. Do you know him?
No.
Son of Sam. He's the one that sniped people.
Okay.
He claimed his dog told him to do it.
Huh.
He had schizophrenia.
I honestly don't hear a lot about people with schizophrenia actually killing and doing...
Yeah, there's several serial killers that got diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Oh, yeah. I don't see that one a lot, but I think it's because most people with it can actually manage it pretty well.
Yeah. Especially now. These people are from a long time ago. Now,
and we may be off on some of the names and titles. I know the DSM has changed a lot over the years. So if we're saying anything incorrectly, I know things change. Like my oldest was diagnosed with Asperger's years back. Now they don't call it that anymore. That type of situation.
Right. Yeah.
So
we're
like,
not
if
trying
we're
to hurt
saying the wrong terms, I apologize. But
listen, hey, hi. We're talking about serial killers, so fuck them. Yes, they have schizophrenia. If that's not what it's
called.
But
I keep trying to compare.
You don't, but they do.
Because in my head, I always want to understand how someone's thinking. Like, it's not like I'm trying to justify or rationalize it.
No.
But at the same time, I want to know where their head went, and so I try to compare it to a situation I've seen.
Right.
And like, I can almost always get myself in someone's shoes, like, oh
God,
that's why they
cannot put your shoes in Ted Bundy's head.
I know, but like, if I can,
backwards.
If I can imagine myself and distort my image enough, I can think like maybe that's deep. But I wouldn't do that. I know how to snap out of it, but some people don't.
What
so
if
like,
you can't? What if you put yourself
like astral projection into a serial killer's head?
There. Don't ever do it. Don't try it.
No, he's already dead, so I think I don't know, with my mediumship abilities, might be...
Anyway, we just took a look. Schizophrenia. Another one is Ed Gein. Do you know him?
I've heard of that one.
He killed and he kept trophies. Like, he would cut pieces off of bodies.
Ooh, that's like human taxidermy?
Like, he made a belt out of nipples.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's not the... Which one is the... Silence of the Lambs. Which one is that?
Him.
Is that him?
That's who they based him on, and Norman Bates,
and
and
the lotion on
yeah,
the skin.
they based out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then David Gonzalez is another diagnosed schizophrenia. He only killed I think it was 4 or 5 people, which I mean that's horrible. That is absolutely
I wonder
awful.
After they're like,
hold on. David Gonzalez was the inspiration for Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay. I've heard that name before,
yes, but he was diagnosed schizophrenia.
Okay. I wonder with the people with schizophrenia, since when they're not having episodes of delusions and hallucinations, they usually typically appear pretty normal. So I wonder if when they're sorry,
it's the dogs. It sounded like a gaggle of ghouls out there. Like that's
kind of what it is right now. It's probably the mailman,
okay,
or something. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, what were you saying?
I wonder how they react in court and stuff. Like when they're
go look them up.
Yeah, because I bet it's different than, say, Ted Bundy.
You can find videos.
Because a person with schizophrenia, they could feel remorse. They could feel like in that moment when they're having these delusions, they may not know what they're doing or why they're like their brain's telling them they have to. But
all of them knew what the fuck they were doing.
Okay.
It would just be a different,
a
different moment of them doing different things to them. You know what I mean? Like, I think they pretty much all knew.
Because schizophrenia is different from, say, DID, like dissociative
100%,
identity, where you have multiple personalities.
Yes.
Schizophrenia is more like with hallucinations and delusions and disorganized thinking type of things, but whereas DID, you've got, you're a completely different person. And that one's more due to, like, trauma, like, dissociating due to trauma, probably.
I really don't know much about DID.
Have you ever watched the movie Split?
I have actually
good, with James McAvoy.
Yes, I have.
Well, it's that. Like it goes with like Glass and Unbreakable, but it's so good, so good. But he has DID in that, so he's
right.
It's like it wasn't me, it was Patricia. That's one of the best fucking movies.
I know that is a good movie,
but
then you have to think too. Back then, we didn't have medication. We didn't have therapy.
Right.
We didn't even acknowledge these were things until we became a murderer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's
so much can be done now.
Like with Bundy, he's a completely normal human being who loves humans, and then you find out what he does, and then we diagnose him because we had no fucking clue something was wrong with this man. We had no idea.
No idea what's going on in his basement or his...
Is that the dogs?
The dogs are crying again. They are on one today. Sorry, guys.
We need to put a gate up or something so they can't get to the door.
I gave them their toys and treats and all the things. They're just really whiny today. Okay, we took care of the puppies. They're fine now. Now.
Hopefully they stay good. They've got treats, so...
Yeah.
Hopefully they're good for a little bit.
They got some love. Okay.
My thing with, the difference of Dahmer and Bundy.
Yeah.
Okay, Bundy, I don't think anybody would have known even what was going on. Like, maybe he's a weird guy. Maybe he's different, like, from his girlfriend's perspective. I know she's wrote a book. I know there's shows about just her and his, relationship. But
But he doesn't have the disorganized thoughts, the strange speech patterns, and or the weird behavior socially.
With Dahmer, I feel like if somebody would have actually paid attention to this man, like actually paid attention to him, there would have been red flags everywhere.
Right, especially early on, like in his younger years, he was showing so many signs.
But nobody cared about him in his younger years.
Which just intensified everything.
Yeah, like what he had his grandma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she just, I don't know, I feel like that's a big tell.
And nowadays parents know things to look out for. There's so much more mental health awareness, so hopefully that's a good thing.
Yes, but then you have shitty parents who do nothing about it and think, oh, it's fine. You know what I mean? Which
their needs aren't nurtured, and then things,
But we can go into another thing, and I don't know if it's because we know so much more about it now. There's not many serial killers like Dahmer and Bundy anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Right, or we don't hear about them at least, and we hear about everything. I mean, with social media
there are active serial killers all over the place that we don't hear about.
Yeah.
But not
like the big stories like that. Like, you'd think with the way social media is now, though.
The way they, went across the entire nation, and even if you didn't live anywhere near any of these people, you fucking heard about it.
Yeah.
Now, like, the only time you hear about it is, like, maybe when they're caught.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just weird to me.
Yeah.
But, I was going to say something else and I totally forgot.
But yeah, with Dahmer, he did act strange. So, like, you've got these, and that's the thing with people with borderline personality disorder. It's completely different because they can't always control their reactions. Right. They have impulsive reactions to things, and they're so emotionally dysregulated. Often they have outbursts and they have meltdowns, and they do really big things to try to make themselves feel better. So, like,
that wasn't even a whole 3 minutes.
I don't know what their deal is today. I know it's raining and there's a lot going on outside with the trash and the mail and the,
But still, they're usually not this needy.
It's like, it's quiet because no kids here, everything, But
so then the dogs act up. Anyway, go ahead with your...
Yeah, it made me wonder. I was curious. I was doing some research, like what all mental disorders are common, because I was curious about bipolar disorder, like, because I know I have a lot of personal experience with someone with bipolar. My husband has bipolar disorder. I don't. It's different because they are episodes, and they aren't
constant.
Right. They're not technically psychotic. They're not. They can have sociopathic tendencies at times especially when they're manic. So my husband with bipolar, okay, when he was younger, like in his early 20s, he was diagnosed with cyclothemic disorder, which we were told then was a mild form of bipolar. But come to find out, it is actually bipolar. But since he was so young, they didn't want to label him with that in case, just in case they were wrong.
He was 20 though?
Yeah, I want to say it was early 20s when he got his first diagnosis, the initial... all of that. And that's usually with men. I believe it's common for...
I did read that men have bipolar disorder more than women.
Yeah, it's more typical for men. And I think, like...
women can't have it. Don't get me wrong. I know a couple of women who actually have it. So, but it's more typical for a man to get it. And I almost think men get it worse.
Yeah.
Like it's more intense. More intense, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe it's a hormone thing. Maybe it's... who knows? But... when he was younger, we knew he was struggling. We knew there was something going on. We got him screened. We started therapy. He'd have severe depressive episodes and then bouts of mania. And this was in his early 20s, and we're like, what's going on here? Well, they can have moments, especially when they're manic, where they're manipulative and act narcissistic. And there's times where they can be like that. They're not totally, but then they come out of it, and when he is himself, and he is well managed and regulated, his medications are under control, he is a sweet, kind, compassionate, patient human. Like, he's funny, he's loving, he's just a regular dude. But when he has these episodes...
I have a question. I'm sorry, I just totally interrupted that. And I don't want to offend you or anybody who has bipolar disorder. How do you know who he really is?
So...
honestly, how do you know that? How do you know who the real person is? Is it the mean one, or is it the happy one? Or is the happy one part of the disorder, and that's not even the person. The person's someone in the middle, but you don't even know them.
Right. So I'm sure it's different for everyone.
Right.
But he has a baseline, I'd say, like a default mode where I see him. I can talk to him. I can get through to him. He's perfectly lucid, and
so he's not happy or
he's just his normal self. He has regular emotions just like everyone else.
Okay.
He may get moody, or he may get grumpy, or he may be extra tired. We all feel those things. But when he goes into an episode, I see his eyes change, and I guess this is a common thing. I even asked his doctor about it. Is a common thing for their eyes to change. When he is starting a manic episode, his eyes almost glisten, like they're completely different. And when he's depressed, they like dilate, they get really dark. And he has what's called dysphoric mania and like mixed episodes. So he can be both depressed and manic at the same time. And we all get manic, we all get hyper, we all have some days where we have more energy than others. But when
some days we're depressed, some days we're happy.
But when you have a true mania depression disorder like this, it's extreme. So like when he's not medicated, they do impulsive things. They're almost euphoric, like their ego's out of control, and they need constant attention, and they're all over the place, and they're super hyper, and they may not sleep for days. And whereas when they're depressed, they may sleep for days, and they're really down, and they're really disconnected, and it's not just like I'm in a bad mood, I'm in a funk. Everybody gets like that, but these are like severe, like I'm checked out, I can't function.
Right.
Where I have to drag him, but he, luckily, meds and therapy have helped him manage his so well over the years. We've had some rough times. We're going through a rough time right now, trying to re-regulate meds and try new therapists and everything. But overall, he has a baseline. I know when I've got my husband and when I don't. Now, he can go in and out of, he has what's called rapid cycling. So he can go in and out of these episodes pretty fast, whereas most bipolar people...
Is it like in one day he can come in and out of an episode in one day? Because I know, like, I know a couple people with bipolar, and it's like weeks.
Yeah,
they're manic for weeks. And then they're depressed for weeks, and then they're fine for weeks.
And sometimes they may only have 1 or 2 episodes a year.
But his could be daily.
They can, yeah. I've seen them go, especially when he's during a med change. And that's, I guess, why they called it cyclothymic disorder in the beginning, because it's mild rapid cycling. But his are not so mild. He doesn't do, like, extreme crazy things.
He doesn't, like, try to jump off a building or murder somebody by any means.
And he's never been suicidal or anything.
And he's never been violent towards you.
Right, yes. No. Now, he gets angry with his words. He gets mean and... he gets loud, but when he's himself, I can tell when it's him, when it's not.
Right.
And like sometimes he doesn't even know. He doesn't even remember what he said because their brain just like goes to this different place. I don't know.
Do you think he blocks it out?
Maybe
purposely?
almost like almost like he dissociates at times. But he's becoming a lot more self-aware as the years go on. Like, oh, I acted like that and I realize it now. Like coming out of this mania, I haven't slept for 3 days. I'm realizing now, like, and that he has these things where he'll drop from mania into depression so fast that like his body can't regulate it. But we're working on that. But he does really well. But with him, I can always tell. Like I can tell it in his eyes. I can tell it in his movements. Like he's It's not like a different personality, like the DID thing. It's like he's still there, but he's not. He knows who he is. He knows who I am. Like it's not like I'm Patricia today. It's more of like a
right. Yeah, I get it.
Am I gonna have my like super hyper euphoric
which version
crazy
are we going to get
husband
today?
Or normal husband who's just like, hey, what's up? Here's how my day went. Might be a little grumpy, but whatever.
We're all a little grumpy after work, though,
yeah. So. But when he's manic, it's all about him. Everything is about him, and he needs attention, and he needs constant and my point was just that I was curious because sometimes the mania can be so strong that they do really wild things, and they can be almost psychotic at times, where like delusional, to where they think they're doing something for a greater good, but they're not. So I wondered how many bipolar people evidently there aren't a lot of sillier killers. Aren't a lot of silly killers out there that have bipolar. I did find one, but I hadn't heard of her before. But so that makes me feel better. Not that I would ever. He's never threatened to hurt me in any way, but I've seen him, especially when he's depressed or having a mixed episode, he's not himself, and he can be so hard to be around because they're just miserable with themselves. Like,
is there a high suicide rate for bipolar people?
Yeah.
I assumed, that's horrible.
Luckily, he does not have, like, they check in with him constantly. Like, are you having dark thoughts? Are you having... He gets more of an empty feeling. Like, he just won't think. Like, he says his brain just, like, he just doesn't care. whereas some of them go dark,
Right.
And that's with borderline. See, years ago, I'd heard of borderline, but until I met someone and was close to someone with it, and then same with bipolar, I never knew the difference.
Yeah.
And there is very much a difference. So like borderline personality, I don't think it's so much episodes. Like they're kind of always emotionally dysregulated, and the slightest thing can send them off the rails. And they, it goes to, it's like a self-image thing. They get mad at themselves. They hate themselves. If they feel like threatened in any way, or they can have these bouts of paranoia where they feel like everybody's against them and everybody hates them. And then they'll just shut down. But they do these big impulsive things like regularly, like, oh, I'm going to quit my job and move to another state. Or I'm going to, like, a lot of times, I don't know if you've ever watched the show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. It's super, I guess campy is the word. Like, it's really silly and, like it's kind of a musical, but it's funny and cute. And I think she portrays borderline personality disorder very well. Like, it's just the way she lives her life is very similar to, like, the person I know with it. So it's a really good portrayal of it, but bipolar is completely different. I don't know, but I guess anybody can be a killer, I guess is the point, but
I don't think anybody can be a killer.
It's like a recipe, a brain recipe.
You have to have the perfect recipe,
the perfect ingredients,
to make a serial killer.
I guess you can be born with all these genes. Okay, so like my husband, we first were concerned that he might have had schizophrenia, and that's because his grandpa actually was diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic.
Right.
And he would do wild things, like. So I never met him, but that was our first concern, because when he was manic, he would almost be delusional at times.
Right.
Luckily, that's not the case. But, yeah, you just never know. Like, you hear about mental illness and all. Like, there are a lot of more mild things that can be considered mental illness. And anyone can snap. I feel like anyone can snap. But there's a difference in a snap and a serial killer.
Yeah.
I don't know. There go them dogs again. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know that really was off on a tangent, but point is just that I know and love people with mental illness, and just because you have it doesn't mean you're going to be a killer or do evil things. But
exactly.
I think you have to have a lot going on
now today. Everyone has something, and if you feel like you have something, if you feel like something's wrong with you, your husband, your lover, your wife, your girlfriend, your sister, your brother, talk to them. Maybe help them get help, because I'm sure, especially with like the bipolar, it's scary to start. Like, you realize something's wrong with you, and if you don't have that person, like if he didn't have you to push him to go to the doctor,
I don't know what would have happened.
I guarantee you he would have never went to the doctor, and he would have had a completely different story.
Yeah, definitely.
My point, like, help somebody that needs the help. Like, we're talking about bipolar disorder, completely right here. Like,
but also if you have dark thoughts, because I don't talk about this a lot. I don't really. But I have OCD, and just the intrusive thoughts that I get, and I'm not talking about impulsive thoughts like, oh, I want to touch it because it's hot. I'm talking about true intrusive thoughts that invade your brain that are dark, that you do not want to act on. And it's not schizophrenia. I'm aware of what's going on, and I know that I don't want to act on these thoughts. But ever since I was little, I've dealt with OCD intrusive thoughts. I can see how someone can get to a point of like, oh, I have to do this because my brain tells me I have to do it. But I also have enough control, thank goodness, that I won't act on them. But I've had my brain tell me some really bad stuff. I know that's not true. I know that I'm a good person, but sometimes it's hard to draw the line, especially if you've had a head injury, you've had substance abuse issues, whatever's going on. So please seek help. If you've got dark thoughts that don't feel right, if you are thinking about hurting someone or yourself, this turned into a whole TED Talk about mental illness, but please reach out. Like, send us an email. We can send you, I don't know, helplines.
We'll figure it out, right.
We're here to talk. I don't judge. I mean, like, if you're hurting someone, I'm going to report you, but...
if you're a serial killer, we will tell the cops, just so you know.
But, like, if you are struggling, like, we can, I don't know, try to find some resources of some kind, or...
Right.
But always reach out. Sometimes some areas are harder than others to... get the help you need, but there's a lot of online help now on telemed.
Oh my God, there's also apps now.
Yes.
That, like,
my husband's doing telemed therapy right now. It's amazing. He gets home from work, pops his phone on a stand, and he's got a whole therapy appointment.
But they've got apps that, like, my daughter was telling me about this. Like, say you are struggling and you live in, I don't know, give me a state, Texas, and I live in New York. You put out, I think it's like a white flag that says, I need help. Somebody talk to me about this specific thing. And somebody across the country can speak to you about your thing and try to help you through it in that moment.
And a lot of that, I mean, that is a big deal. Just feeling like you're not alone when you're struggling with that stuff.
Look into, like, if you're not ready to seek medical help, please start thinking about it. But also look into stuff like that. There's helplines, there's hotlines, there's apps, there's...
Sorry, I'm whistling. At least find someone to reach out to, someone that you can, you know, a support system of some kind.
Right.
It's okay if you don't want to take medication or you don't want to try therapy yet, but find some sort of support system. Even if it's somebody you don't know, someone you don't personally know that can relate to you on some level to get it out. Because sometimes it just helps to get it out.
100%. And, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't kill people.
Don't be a serial killer. And I feel like I need to say it once again because the way of the world, we weren't talking about you. Unless you murdered someone, then we were talking about you. Like, not the bipolar. That was a totally separate little tangent we went on.
Totally got up.
A lot of people...
My point was that there are a lot of mental illnesses that will never cause someone to do that.
Exactly.
Like, it has to be a whole elixir of...
Right. Bipolar does not compare to a psychopath by any means.
Right.
At all. But, like, if you're killing people, fuck you. If you're not, then I hope you enjoyed it.
Right. Sometimes the crazy in our brains can be fun, but not that's not fun.
No, it's not fun. So if you want to get a hold of us, you can talk to us. Anything, really. Only if you can keep up at gmail.com.
Oh, we're also on TikTok now. And we're working on some other forms of social media.
We do. We have got a TikTok. We're going to try the Instagram because that's fun.
We've got the Facebook group. We're going to try to interact more. We're working on, ADHD. It's like, I forget. I don't know. It's overwhelming, but we're working on the social media stuff. Like, we might have some new ideas coming out here soon. Yeah. So just stick with us.
We're also working on a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Where it's, if you know somebody who doesn't do the podcast, you can do it on the YouTube. And there's a cute little, it's called a static video. I'm learning all these new things, and it's great fun. So, yeah, so.
Check it out if you won't.
Right.
Okay.
Bye.
Peace.
What did you just say?
Peace.
Did you say peace, puss?
Peace.
Peace,
puss.
Bye.
Okay, bye.